Jay Garcia with Games Gear Tech, and today I'm reviewing Warcraft 3 Reforged. Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos was originally released in July of 2002 and was a highly anticipated game. I remember because I drove out to Fry's Electronics in Fountain Valley for the midnight sale. That's where members of the Warcraft 3 team would be in attendance to sign autographs. Warcraft 3 Reforged is the remastered version of the original game from almost 2 decades ago. Since the story and the gameplay are basically unchanged, this review will only cover the remastered aspects. With all of that said, Warcraft 3 Reforged is not worth your time or money in its current form. So, what does Reforged offer consumers? Well, that depends on which group you fall in. Those who played the original, and those who did not. If, like me, you did play this game 20 years ago, then the biggest reason to get Reforged is for the graphical upgrade. Now, that may seem like a silly reason to buy a game that you've completed, but we have to remember that Warcraft 3 is a PC game, and PC gamers have a complicated relationship with graphics. Not all of us can afford to upgrade to the latest and greatest every time a new game comes out that demands new hardware. But we still wanted to play those games, so we suffered through less than maximum graphical quality. We also have to remember that real-time strategy games were moving away from 2D sprites to 3D polygons. As such, a lot of the unit models and terrain were very simple, like in Ground Control, Earth 2150, and Homeworld, which had no terrain at all. So when Warcraft 3 came along with complex maps and units that were mostly humanoid instead of vehicular, many of us knew that we weren't going to see the game as the developers intended us to. Nevertheless, we had a great time with Warcraft 3. And when the campaign was over, it was the custom games that held our interest for years. New genres of gaming were spawned literally from Warcraft 3 custom games, like tower defense maps and MOBAs like League of Legends. Before Dota existed as its own property, it was a custom map in Warcraft 3. So, it's no exaggeration or simple nostalgia to say that this game had a significant impact on the gamers who played it. Who among us wouldn't want to revisit that and rekindle those feelings, but with modern graphics? Especially now, when we're 20 years older with disposable income and can afford the best visuals money can buy. The first problem here is that the visual upgrade is not significant or modern enough to warrant the asking price. Sure, the graphics are better. Units have more detail, models are not as blocky, but is that enough of a new experience to rebuy a game? I'm not convinced that it is. The second problem, however, is how Blizzard sold the remaster to us. At BlizzCon 2018, we were shown in-game cutscenes featuring expressive characters who gesticulate and emote realistically. Moreover, the camera angles were more cinematic, offering players a close-up view of the drama.
Oh no, we're too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead. This entire city must be purged.
What? How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way.
Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city!
The final product was far different.
Oh no. We're too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead. This entire city must be purged.
What? How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way.
Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city.
To be fair, Blizzard did include a disclaimer about non-final artwork, but what they delivered was so far away from what was shown that it makes one wonder if the work-in-progress artwork was ever intended for the final product. To add insult to injury, features from the original game are missing, like clans, automated tournaments, ladder, and even profiles. The campaign screens were also changed. The once iconic 3D mission selection screens have been replaced by flat, motion graphics that simulate 3 dimensions. As a result, it feels like gamers lost a lot of functionality to gain a modest boost in unit models. If you've never played Warcraft 3, then there's at least a new experience to look forward to, and you won't mind the missing features because you didn't know that they had been there previously anyway. What new players won't be able to dismiss, however, are the numerous bugs. For all of Blizzard's upgrading of the graphics that allow for mouth movement as characters speak, gamers will have to watch out-of-sync dialogue like some poorly dubbed foreign film.
Treason! Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
Have I? Lord Uther, by my right of succession and the sovereignty of my crown, I hereby relieve you of your command and suspend your paladins from service.
Arthas,
The mouth animations
It's done.
are a little
Those
delayed.
of you who have the will to save this land, follow me. The rest of you, get out of my sight.
Sometimes facial animations won't trigger at all. Other times, wave files will play twice, resulting in repeated dialogue even as conversations move forward.
Now, I call out to the spirits of this place. I will give anything or pay any price if only you will help me save my people.
Ugh, the sinking on the voice and the mouth, no good. Oh, my body!
Now, I call out to the spirits of this place.
Prince Arthas,
I will give
where is Muradin?
anything
We can't
or
hold
pay
out for
any
much
price.
Muradin
If
is
only
dead.
you will help me save
Take
my
me,
people.
Captain.
The enemy will
I'm
not
hearing
stand
multiple
long
wave
against the might of
files.
Frostmourne.
In worst case scenarios, units will stop giving verbal responses to commands. While those cosmetic bugs can be shrugged off, other bugs are showstoppers. Reforged gives players the option to play the game with classic graphics. I switched it on just to see the difference. As I played through the prologue, a bug prevented the game from recognizing that I had completed a mission successfully. As a result, I couldn't complete the prologue using classic graphics. It's absurd that this bug exists in the go-to-market version of this game. With enough patches, maybe Reforged will get into a shape that brings it up to par with the original version, at least. As of right now, however, there's really no reason to play this game. It's buggy, and it's a far cry from what Blizzard teased us with back in 2018. If you've played the game before, then there's not enough here to justify coming back. If you've waited until now to play Warcraft 3, then you can wait a little longer until Reforged is patched into a game that's worthy of your money and your time. In closing, I want to address the massive backlash that Blizzard is facing over this bad game launch. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial by pointing out that Blizzard was targeting the fans of the original game with this remaster. But the original game was 20 years ago. Any original players who want to play the game 20 years later are going to be super fans, and super fans have super expectations. Delivering anything less than those expectations will result in a super backlash. Furthermore, even if you were a teenager when the original game came out, that was 20 years ago, and 20 years is a lot of life experience. In that time, a person has learned what it's like to be manipulated, to be lied to be swindled, to be betrayed. So, to have a video game company exploit our nostalgia is not a trespass that gamers are going to take lightly. With all of that said, if Blizzard can somehow make all of this right, then I'm willing to adjust my opinion, but I'm not holding my breath. Okay, so that's my review of Warcraft 3 Reforged. What do you think? Am I being too hard? Am I not being hard enough? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more game reviews, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.